Hey guys, this is Mike and you are watching the Woolly Bug YouTube channel. It is Saturday, September 2nd, and let me tell you something, fall is on the way. The temperatures right now are the coldest they've been in a long time, and I'll tell you what, it's probably just barely 50 degrees this morning. I feel like I should be wearing gloves. I got the thermal jacket on, the fall run jacket, and it feels awesome. It's got me thinking about salmon and steelhead. And today I am in Madison County, New York. I am just outside of the town of Casanova, New York. And this right here, folks, is the Chittenango Creek. And the Chittenango is somewhat similar to a creek I fished a couple months back, 9 Mile Creek, which isn't far from here. This is a state stock stream, but in this case, the state actually stocks over wild brown trout with stocked brown trout. And they say that the reason they do that is to try to keep the pressure off the wild fish. Now, I know that some people are going to get really upset as soon as you hear stocked and wild in the same sentence, but that's the way they do it here in New York. This is a public fishing rights access area. There are no special regs here. There is a catch and release section upstream that I'm going to try to hit. But right now I'm in this public area, and I'm just gonna start here working these riffles and working my way downstream. As you can see, there's not a lot of water in the creek right now, but there's enough water that there could be wild or stocked fish hanging in these pockets, and that's what the Chittenango is known for, is pocket water. So I am super pumped to get out here. Let me show you guys what I'm using today, and then we're gonna get started. So guys, I got the Able TR2 out here on the Scott G2 today, and for a dropper fly today, I'm gonna be fishing, this is just a generic epoxy back, flashback beadhead nymph. It's a size 18 or 20, I'm not sure off the top of my head, but I'm thinking something natural like that might attract both the wild and the stock brown trout. That's on 6X tippet, and that's coming up to my hare's ear. This is a olive hare's ear, the big bushy tail there. It's got a gold bead on the top, and that is also on a 6X leader that is going up to my lightning strike indicator, and I'm using my 9-foot 5-weight. So I'm gonna start here. This is the Chittenango. We're gonna work this pocket water down through here, and I don't know, I'll walk as far as I can walk and see what we can get into. I'm pretty pumped to fish this and see what's in this creek here in the month of September 2017. Oh, there's one, guys. Look at that. Nice take there. Looks like a brown trout. That's a brown trout. Guys, that's my first Chittenango brown trout. Don't know if he's wild or stocked, but beautiful fish. He took the epoxy back nymph, and first fish of the day. There's one. Hanging right there in the riffles. There's a little brown trout that took the Frenchy nymph. That was a beautiful take. Up here in this deep pool here, you can see plenty of other fish darting off. Is he wild, guys? I'm not sure. He took the Frenchie too. Guys, what a beautiful riffle and pool that comes down here right along Route 13. Just really beautiful. It's got some good depth. And I just cast it up here and got this brown trout to take. Let's see if we can get another one. There's one, guys. Look at that. Beautiful take on the upstream cast there. Again, they're on the Frenchie. Another brown trout on the Frenchie nymph. Beautiful take. So guys, I moved downstream a little bit. Where I was is sitting just above the Chittenango Falls State Park. So I've actually moved downstream below the state park, below the falls. If you get a chance to come up here, check that out. The falls are beautiful, really cool natural feature. And just below the falls, they have this section here. It's catch and release. I think it's like at least a mile or two of catch and release water. So I'm curious to compare it to where I was this morning. I think honestly with this cold water, I just took the temp, it was like 56 degrees. And you know, I think the sun needs to get up a little bit for these fish to be active. It seemed like they were kind of lethargic first thing this morning with the shock of cold air here for the first time this year. So I'm curious to see if I hook into anything. So let's see what happens. There's one guy. Oh, that feels like a nice fish, guys. That was a really quick take. Nice wild brown, well, actually stocky. Guys, this is probably the best fish I've caught all day so far. He just hammered that lightning bug when I sent it down through that riffle. Pretty neat to see there. Guys, the other weekend when I was up on Piney Creek chasing wild trout, I met a guy who tied up these little San Juans with a little green dot. It reminded me of my green dot squirmy, but in a San Juan style. So I think I'm going to drop this off my nymph and see if this entices the fish at all. I think it might be, with it being a little cold here this morning, these fish might need some sunshine to get their metabolism sped up. So we'll see. So we got a beautiful riffle here, guys. This is like a great holding spot for brown trout. There's a nice deep trough right here. There's got to be some fish laying in here in August with these cold water temps. There's one. It's a pretty nice looking brown trout, fighting good. Oh, and he's off. There's one, guys. Oh, and this one is off too. There's one, guys. Look at that. What a take. guys, this fish also took the Frenchie. Seems to be the popular choice today. Okay guys, I'm calling it a wrap on the Chittenango Creek. I had a fun day out here today, here in New York in Madison County. What a beautiful day. You know, we were getting the remnants of Tropical Storm Harvey back home in southeastern PA, so it was like really nice to be out here in the sun all day. But Chittenango Creek's a very interesting body of water, very diverse body of water. Some areas are very rocky with a lot of pocket water. You come below the falls, down here to the catch and release, which is what I'm standing in now. Totally different body of water. Looks like your standard freestone with beautiful runs and nice pools and riffles. So it's worth checking out if you're in the area. You know, I didn't catch, 20 or 30 fish, but I did catch probably at least a dozen. And they look like mostly wild brown trout. So they were a lot of fun to catch, really hard fighters. Didn't get into any really big fish, didn't see any really big fish in the creek, but I'm sure there's a few here and there. But, you know, when I fished 9 Mile Creek, definitely there was a higher volume of fish in that stream. But there's definitely fish here too, and it's also September now, so I can't complain. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for watching. Thanks for new subscribers, guys. I appreciate you guys watching Woolly Bugged, and I'll catch up with you next weekend. See ya.